Good morning, good evening for all of you. Um, Welcome to the Global Power Platform Bootcamp for Italy. Uh, Today, the topic of my discussion is AI in Power BI. We are trying to cover the artificial intelligence within the Power BI dynamics for all kinds of users. First of all, thank you to our sponsors, Microsoft and others. Uh, Uh, okay, just to give you a background, my name is Prince K. I head the data analytics and the regulatory reporting for Asia for ING Bank Singapore. We are a wholesale bank with 9 branches working in Asia. So the technology and there are a set of almost 70 applications across Asia with different Microsoft technologies. Basically, it covers all the MSBI stacks and the Power BI reports. Uh, and as a person, I love to play outdoor sports like cricket, squash, traveling. Apparently, everything is becoming virtual, so I have to also travel virtually everywhere. So, having said that, let's get into our session agenda. So, what I'm trying to achieve here is that AI capabilities within Power BI to ease the end user experience. We are using the AI use of how we can use of AI within Power BI to build meaningful reports. Use the machine learning models with zero coding in Power BI. Build your own model in Python and use it in Power BI. So we are going to cover each and every user base within Power BI within the data science data analytics community. So let's get started. Like I said, we will be covering AI capabilities across different roles within the data organizations, from data scientists to data analysts to the end users. So if you see end users, you can do build. You have AI capabilities like sentiment analysis, key phrase extractions, text analytics, image tagging, AI visualizations, natural language, Q&A that can be used to build these reports. Then you have analyst where you can create the machine learning models, explore their predictions, explore all those models without having a zero coding experience. Same way data scientists where you can integrate Python's modelers, R models, extend you can use of you make use of your Azure machine learning models to integrate into the Power BI. Having said that, all these things, so these are the capabilities across all the four. We are going to cover most of them one by one in the session, and then we can leave the queries and we can what we are covering is a basic first level or second level intermediate levels. We are not going to go towards advanced or the details ones for now, so that at least people can get a hang of it and can start using it. And then and anyway, if you guys can reach out to me to do have subsequent sessions to see understand exactly how we can leverage all of them. So for the data scientist, first we are going to show first, as we all know that Power BI allows the integration of Python and R at both the levels. Not only at it covers at the query the query level as well, so called your Power Query with use of M. It combines with Python and R to do the combination and do a lot of data wrangling, data massaging, so-called data ETL kind of stuff out here. And then in visualization also you can use R and Python visuals. And then you can use custom visual as well to do a lot of things across. Then you can also allow text analysis and Azure machine learnings to help you get a better understanding of the whole AI scenarios out here. So all these things data scientists can use to do that would have taken someone to learn a lot of coding language to do achieve all these things can be done very easily as part of the AI capabilities within Power BI. What and then you on top of it gives you so many custom visualizations from a word cloud to storytelling visuals. So it all of these helps you build reports very easily, as well as helps you give explain your story better in the whole environment stuff. um, Then what we're going to do today, we're going to just do a small Python project of a multilinear regression, multiple linear regression, where we're going to use Python to do data cleansing and to understand the data and get the coefficient values as an output to be used as part of the DAX to build this dashboard report. So it uses Power BI and DAX to complete the this interactive dashboard. It gives you the intercept values, it gives the coefficient values, and then we can use this model to extend it to our data, and then it can be used to create meaningful results, meaningful reports out there. So first, let's start with the okay. So we have used very simple linear regression Python script where we have used we have taken as pandas, got it from sklearn and did a train test modules as well as the linear regression module. It reads the data from a particular files, gets the data, it trains, it tests, it gives you the linear regression outputs, create the coefficient values, and these coefficient values are being passed on to the Power BI. Power BI can use it to do a lot of tasks within the Power BI, do more massaging also with Power Query if required, and then put it to Power BI as a dataset to build reports over it. And then we have used DAX to create a simple the linear regression formula to predict the values where we are putting intercept was with the TV inputs. Okay, so the what we are doing as part of this whole Python script, we are using three variables like TV, radio, as well as newspaper to do ads, and on basis of that, what kind of an on basis of that the sales have been predicted, and then using that using the whole data, we are training this, and then we are trying to understand from user perspective, okay, what are the pain points and what are the areas where I can focus to get a better sales. So, so this is the report. I'm gonna go towards the actual report. Where is it? Yeah, coefficient values. Okay, so what we are gonna do here. I know there's a reverse values with the radio inputs. The more I increase the the more reduction it gives you on onto the predicted value. Give me a second. So I can see within the coefficient it says that the TV coefficient gives me the most amount of positive result. The rest of them is not as such big values. So you can imagine if I increase the TV inputs, my predicted values will always go up. But when I do it with the newspaper, my predicted value always goes down. So this is how you can build these reports. So how you can integrate Python and R. Let me show you a small uh, Yeah. So you can see I just added, and from transform you can always add the Python scripts to or an R scripts. Um, so we ran this Python script across this value. So if you see import pandas and all that stuff, so once this is done, it gives an output of because so it gives the components, it gives the x train, x test, as well as the data set that it contains and the x value of the data set. So it gives you all these tables, and then you can use the output table that you want. I'm using components table to understand the coefficient values as well as the data. So I'll just show you the data. So these are the coefficient values across. So you see how easily Power BI is letting, in case you don't have the subscriptions of Azure machine learnings and all those things, you don't have the models designed there, you can always design your own models within Python and publish the data set to it and again get the data output as well. So this is how easy it has made from a Power BI perspective. The integration from a data science perspective, okay, these are the things that you can do it easily in a sense. And the same thing, like what we saw under transform the Python and R scripts, you can see similar way Python and R visuals out here. So you can use these as part of the model training. So you can use this part of this the whole experience, enriching the data science experience of, as part of data science role, data scientist role. So now coming back to the presentation, we did the use of Python and Power BI. Now the next part is for data analyst, building data models. For example, if you're an analyst and you don't have any code language, you don't know how to build those machine learning models and all that stuff, Power BI service has made it so easy with the help of data flows, where you can get your data flow from an ETL perspective and add the models to it. You as user don't have to interact anything to do with that. You just need to give the data set to it. It will tell you which model to get. You can use it against this data to get your results. It tells you what kind of fields, what kind of relationships it has it with those fields, which field you should be analyzing it, and it tests, it trains the models and gives you a good prediction reports across, where you can see these training reports where which can be helpful, which can be used to do a better decision making, to better implement the story across. It gives you three different reports like model performance, accuracy reports, training details. All these reports gives the training details report just gives you the training details, exactly how much of the data was used to do the training, how much it was done to do the testing, how many iterations are done. And accuracy reports gives you the accuracy of the model performance, gives you the model performance. While doing it the same, I did the same model from the auto ML, I did the same model from the machine learning. I got 88% model performance from the Power BI, and but I got only 84% from the Python. So you can imagine how Power BI is getting a way ahead in the game of the whole analytics world, and where they are trying to where they're trying to make easy user experience so that everyone can use it. Within the model performance reports, you can see this two metrics like precision, recall, and cost. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how we can create this model and get these all these result sets. Before that, I'm gonna go to the okay. Yeah. So if you see this, this was a data set that is used here, and we created some demos. Okay. So now we're gonna create another machine learning model. Before that, I'm gonna just show you the reports. How does the report looks like? So there we are seeing the binary prediction model, and here I can show you the regression model. And I will build one simple model also today for the purpose of the training, and see how quickly it makes the use of everything to get the result sets. So you can see the model performance is 94%, but if you see the precision levels, it's very low. We want to have more precision to have data sets. We might fail it with the recall because of that, but we still need a better precision than 15%. So because when you see the cost benefit analysis, it goes down at the level of that one. So we need to see at 66% probability threshold only six. So we're going to increase more the precisions. So see, it is telling you different reports levels across. So what can happen in terms of achieving 73% precision? Recall value is a little bit less. So this is the gains and the so-called trade-offs you want to do it to understand from the model perspective. Um, okay, then if I go there, accuracy report. The accuracy prediction is already around about 94%. It tells you the curves, it tells you the community gain charts, how does it looks like to from a performance perspective, accuracy perspective. So then you can do all these things and get the values done for yourself. Predict the values as per the threshold values. I'm going to show you how you're going to apply this model. There you can use the threshold values. And the training details, it tells you how many sample rows were there, how many training rows were used, how many iterations were done, and then it gives you the final values across. So you can imagine the Power BI is doing everything for you. You just need to sit and relax and get the things done with some few clicks. So if you see this, then it even tells you on the your top predictors also, what are the top factors within the whole thing that are impacting the end results. So you can see the predictors. It tells you, okay, if month is November, then it's getting the more higher the values. And it tells you the background also of what does it means, why November is having the highest, because November is actually having the highest number of values across. So you can see these are the factors that are there that can help you get the auto ML power without having to work very hard with the whole thing. Um, it only doesn't give you the training report results, it gives you the capability within the entities to understand exactly what is happening, and then it gives you these columns which can be used, can see which can be used as part of the outputs. So if you see these, it tells you, it gives you the prediction score, it gives you the prediction explanation, it gives you the outcome, and it gives you the explanation index. So all these things are being shared across, and then you can just simply go click apply model. It will ask you on which data you want to do that. So you can use the dataset that you want to do it. I'm canceling it for now because it's already been done here. Okay, now I'm gonna do a similar addition of the machine learning model and show you how within sitting on my desk, clicking just 4-5 clicks and getting the things done. So it has made it so easy for everyone to use. So you just go add the model. uh, you do okay, which are the which is the entity that you want to use it for yourself to do the analysis. Then you said okay, now I'm going to use the original one only, and then I'm gonna get you the data that is being factored. So revenue. So the time I tell you revenue, if you see what is the revenue? Revenue is a true and false value. So it predicts it's a true and false value already, and they are trying to do a so-called. So it tells you, it picks the model, it tells you, okay, it's a binary prediction model that can be used because it's just a true and false value. So you tell us how you want to do it. So I said, okay, I want to target the true values. So it is true and false. I change the output, okay, bot, no bot. Okay. So I just say next. Just see the magic of AI. It tells you already that these are very correlated, so you don't have to use these columns as part of the model, because this is of no use for the correlation value is very less towards the revenue. So I say okay, next. It tells me to give me the name. I'll give the demo underscore Italy, and then it tells you how much time you should do to test it. The bigger the time, the lesser the error of the frequency in the data. So I can use the 360, so I'm going to just use the 17 minutes or a little bit lesser, 19 minutes. To train this and test this model and give us as the output. So I will tell okay, save and train. So it gives you this picture across. So this is something that we showed these reports already. So post when you click this apply, what it does is goes and applies onto those data sets. So for example, yeah, so give is coming back to the example. um, so you see these are the outputs, it's already there. So what we can do, we will be creating we created this new one. um, so what it does, it trains, it gives you the data inside that thing. So for example, I've already applied on this one, so I'll show you how I can go edit, because model is already applied on this one. So let that report come up. In the meantime, we can go ahead and do the other parts of the presentation. Yeah. So see where the output has come for the regression result. I'm comparing it with price. So for example, there was a 2.2 220 221,000 price. the prediction value that came was 230,000 prices. So you can imagine how close the or ML part is towards the so-called auto ML towards the actual result set. I'll show you if I open this one. So you can see the comparison between these two can be done very easily. So I just wanted to show you this one so that at least I'm just trying to explain how close the whole model is towards the actual value. So this model will give you a better result set if you're gonna apply your data set values out here. So you can see, sorry. So in the meantime it comes up. So these are the so see you see this data doesn't have that value. So you can always go to this AI insights. How much time is left for me, monitor? So, so you see, it tells you the normal cognitive services that is there, text analytics, but what it tells you, it gives you the auto ML values also. So you can use this value to get the results. So you can do it and then add it as part of your whole data set functionality, so that as part of Power Query it can create your data sets across to get these values across. So these are the things that are very difficult to do it as if you don't know the codings of Python and R, but that is the same thing, is very easy to do it as part of the auto ML. So now I'm coming back to the presentation. So now we did this binary prediction and regression model demo. Now we're gonna do an end how AI is helping end user experience within Power BI. So for example, if you want to do a forecasting, it's a very tedious and effort consuming analysis, but this can be achieved very easily with help of Power BI. What you can do, so Power BI uses the forecasting model of ETS, where ETS stands for error, trend, and seasonality, and it's both multiplicative and additive. But within this data, if Power BI detects the seasonal data, it tries to do the ETS triple A. If it doesn't get the seasonal data, it tries to do ETS double A N. So what does this ETS double A N mean? This model is the Hall linear model that is used to do the forecasting within Power BI. But if it's not a so-called seasonal data, it gives you, it takes the whole linear model, and when it if it's not a if it's seasonal data, it takes care from the triple expansion smoothing model. So you can imagine all these things can, whether as users, whether we would be able to do it or not. So it just tells you the forecasting of the COVID active cases from a certain period, and the period. Okay, I'm gonna open the report. Okay, let me open. Okay, why I'm going to show you the report is just to tell you how easy it is to implement the forecasting. So forecasting is part of the line chart advanced analytics concept, and this chart, what does it shows? It's a it gives you the option of forecast length. It gives you the for how long you want to focus. It gives you how if you want to ignore some months or some data where you see the data is corrupt and doesn't have time to correct the data as of now, and it tells you the number of seasonality points that you want to put it as part of your time series, and the confidence interval, that is the most important part, where it tells you the minimum and the maximum value in between where the data can be where the output would lie in. Okay, so having said that, these are the simple and yet most powerful focus. I just wanted to show you from the report also. Just give me a second. Okay. LV, how much of a time is left for me? I just wanted to see if I can
10 minutes.
cover. LV, Fabio, anyone? Lorenzo, how much of time is left for me?
10
I just want
minutes. 10
10
minutes
minutes.
again.
Okay, thank you.
Prince, you are mute.
Hello.
Yes, you now you are not mute, but before you are mute.
Okay. For till when I got muted.
Now is good. I think that we have lost 2 minutes of your speech. The last 2 minutes of your speech.
Okay. So it's just I was just trying to show you how you can train your Q&A, how you can do the text analytics. Imagine the same guy doing the text analytics manually and doing it with just clicks or some few clicks. He can achieve it. So what I did a text analytics on some remarks and try to see from the results that we get it from a quality perspective how closer we are. So higher the results is higher the numbers. So if we see zero point 0.3 is equal to some zero point 0.5, it was giving the analysis. So you can imagine how best these are the AI stuff that are being done as part of this. Then you can use the quick insights for the Power BI, where you don't have to do any from an end user perspective. So for example, I don't know how to do how Power BI works, how I can do this reporting and that reporting. What I can do, I can feed the data and then I can publish it to the service and see what are the quick insights within the Power BI. So whatever quick insight it gives, you can use those different quick insights to get to the and put it as part of the dashboard and give it to them as a part of the reports. So you can imagine all these things can be done so easily in a very workable. So I'll give you an example. I'm sure if I've opened it. I think it's just going into a hand mode before it really does everything. Okay, so I'll give you a sample out there also. Wait in the meantime if it gets open. So coming back here onto the presentation. So the next part that we are going to cover is key influencers. So key influencers is another very big AI app, one of the first ones, AI visualization that was added into the Power BI. So what it does, it tells you the key influence in the top segments on the basis of what you're trying to analyze between from the target to the input variables. So it helps people with performing a lot of tasks without having knowing everything. So give me is this, yeah. So you can see one time I knew some was not the correct sentence people were trying to use. So I started using instead of some, I told if someone use adjective also you can do it. So I tested with all those things. Um, uh, so these are the things that you can do with all this AI. Then, okay, if the key influencer can be open. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do in this key influential KPI metrics was I was taking the KPI and checking the confirmed cases on the basis by country, date, month, and all those things, and it gives me what are the different segments of data that are there that gives you a better outcome of the results. So if I say no, I want to see high, what were the key influences for the high with respect to country. So telling that if it's a Italy, the numbers are quite high in terms of the confirmed cases, that is 105k, and if it's a province state is some small state, then the value of the prediction goes down. So this is how you can use make use of these things to make a better reporting across. Same way you can use a decomposition tree uh, to I'll just show you one sample. It's running. So see it's giving you across on the basis of confirmed cases what were the countries as well as the state that are giving. So you can build that decomposition across. So for example, I want to see the server for the Germany. So you can imagine how they are using all these things to build a good understanding report without having to have too much knowledge with terms of AI and MLs across. Hmm. Guys, any questions out here that someone has posted across? Lorenzo?
No questions so far. We can wait a couple of minutes.
Sure.
We have a question in the Q&A section. If you need, I can read the question so you can answer.
Yeah, sure. Good. Are these limitations on Power BI when it comes to possible models like this package that you can call on Python? Yeah, there are limitations, but at that within Python R, to be honest, we will not recommend to do a lot of models within the Python and R. Would rather recommend to go it and do it in Azure MLs and then come back and take it as dataset. But if you really want to do it, you can do it. But there's Python's modules. There's a list where it ignores, it doesn't allow those modules to be part of it. Any other thing? Okay, I can post my LinkedIn profile here in case someone has to get back and can get back onto can connect me on the LinkedIn, and I can more than happy to help him out with any quiz regarding the session or anything else if you want to understand from a Power BI perspective.
Okay, Prince, no more question. We can close the session.
Thanks, Lorenzo.
Thanks for all.
Thanks for having me here, guys. And thanks for the amazing for being amazing hosts.
Okay. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.